Hello, guys. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well today. I have just been in the studio and I was starting to look at papers and I realized that now is a great time to do Februllage. I think there's a big winter storm hitting Texas, which is crazy this weekend. And so I know I'll be hunkering down. And so I really wanted to get start on all of this. And that way, just in case the power does go out, I won't be able to cancel the live stream. So we're gonna get to it. So today I just wanted to take you through how I do Februllage. I mean, I've been doing it for I think I want to say 5, but I feel like it's 4 years now. If you haven't heard of Februllage, it's a challenge for collage artists from all over the world, arranged by, I believe it's the Edinburgh Collage Collective and the Scandinavian Art Collage Museum have come together to put on this amazing event, and I think they have about 75,000 followers on Instagram. And tons of pieces are made every single day. I highly encourage you, even if you don't want to participate, to be on Instagram and looking at what they're posting. You can just literally find their page and look, because there's so many artists. They don't really choose people based off of just like how many followers they have. They really do look through all the pieces and share the best ones from that day. And I'm always so inspired. I feel like I meet a lot of people through it, find new accounts, and overall it's just like really fun to have a challenge of something to do every day. That said, I don't think I could do this for every day of the year. I don't know how people collage every day. It's very impressive, but it's definitely something that I've been looking forward to for a while. At the days that you guys have towards doing these types of challenges. But I wanted to take you through how I'm able to do it, because I think that from last year, I didn't even feel burnt out by the end of it. I felt like alive, like really excited to make more collage. There is so much. And so I highly recommend just trying out some of these methods. The first one is last year I did a little bit more digital work. So if there were pieces that I found that I really liked, I took them in by scanning them in and then adding them to my library of digital images, and then I was able to finish the collages digitally, and that made it, I think, a little bit easier for me, to be honest, because sometimes it's like, oh, you found the perfect piece, it's not quite the right size, but you want to do it. So I definitely recommend doing that if you haven't. I just see some comments coming in. Hello, guys. I'd love to know where you guys are coming from too, and yeah, any comments and questions that you guys have, I'm more than willing to answer. Okay, so with that, let's get started. I'm gonna flip you guys around and see the studio. Oh, there we go. Taking you off. So every year I start with the list of prompts. So the prompts came out. See here that we have the 28 prompts, and for these you can see that they're all quite different. So what I like to, so these are actually just like a pile of old art prints that I've used and were retired. And I've put little tabs at the top, and you can see there that I have all of the different prompts, right? And so the idea is that these are now my folders. So I think you could really do this with anything. You could do them with filing cabinet or folders, or even plastic seals and those types of things. Oh, I also forgot one important thing. Let me flip it around. I forgot to say that I actually just launched my next 2 cohorts of collage classes. Hopefully at least one of them is going to make. I'm really excited for it. I've done 3 of the classes of the first cohort now, and it's so fun. I feel like it's really great. So if you're looking to learn collage with me, that'll be starting March 24th for the next cohort. And I'm sure there'll be more by then. I'll probably skip the summer because a lot of people like to get out and enjoy the weather, but I like the idea of doing it through the winter. And if you're looking for collage materials, I have all of these collage kits ready to go. I just wanted to show those off, but if you're looking to get a collage kit from me, if you're in the US, they will definitely come in time to participate in Februllage for next week. Okay, back to what I was saying. So I have all of these piles of magazines. These are what I want to go through today. And I've actually cleared off more space here. So I have this so that I have all the space I need to kind of go through things and sort them. And then we're going to have like the folders, as I said here. and I'm gonna go through and try to fill them. Some of the time, if you have a lot of space, what I highly recommend doing is putting them all out on the counter and making like separate piles, space for that. So I think what we're going to do is just go through a couple of these packages and just kind of sort through things and see how we're thinking about them. And so that's kind of one of the most important things about this. And I'll put you up on the thing so I can use my hands again. Is all the angles behind the scenes. But you can see here that I have all of these kind of files. And yesterday I kind of went through a couple papers and pulled some stuff here. So I want to go through this first, but hopefully this helps in your pursuit. And let me just make sure, I'm going to check on the comments. Hi from France, hi from Idaho, hi from Poland. Wow, we got people from everywhere. Thanks for joining in so last minute. Hey there. And so yeah, I've put together just a couple that I saw that really inspired me when I was just going through some magazines. So this first one is for daffodil, but I just wanted to talk about the prompts and how to kind of reshape your thinking when it comes to making Februllage. A lot of these words, I really credit the people that have come up with the concept of it, is they pick such great words for it, you know? Like the word boom can mean so many things. It could be related to music. It could be related to a bomb going off. It could be related to so many different things, right? And same with toast. Toast is a very funny one because immediately I think a lot of us will think about bread toast, but some of us will also think about like a toast, like champagne and clinking and that sort of thing. So we have all of these different options of doing it. Some of them are a little bit more literal for sure, like maybe ballet. I feel you could work that in with like someone twirling or making it seem like a ballet when it's not, you know? And same with star, like star can be like a star as in Hollywood star, or it could be a outer space star, right? And so when we're thinking about these prompts, we really need to think about them a lot more broadly than they can be. For me, I think too, I have a lot of pieces from the last couple of years that go into these categories. So I'm obviously going to make the ones for it, but my brain is thinking about toast, for example. I have a print called Overdressed, and it's a vintage fashion patterns I cut out and I put them in a toaster to kind of make that metaphor of, you know, they're overdressed, they've been in the toaster too long, or something like that, or you know, your casual outfit is your uncooked versus your cooked. But yeah, so I'm going to be posting those as well, but it's kind of got me thinking about what pieces I want to make for it. So now with this folder file system, I can go in and here's, yeah, so we're going to put this one in daffodil. I hope these are daffodils. Honestly, I don't know that much about flowers and gardening and stuff, but I can definitely see that they're kind of similar. They don't really look like anything specific as well, but I just thought those were cool. This one I picked out for heart, the prompt heart. I figured I could cut this out or put someone inside of it. Could be interesting. There's also the prompt pink, so I'll be putting that one in. And these are for the one Titanic. I was thinking about Titanic. Titanic's an interesting one too because it is about just like a sinking ship, but I'm not sure if it really needs to be the actual sinking ship of the Titanic or not. This one I pulled for broccoli, so let's look back at our list. And you see I'm just kind of filing them in. This one I wanted to do for, which one was it? I'll put it to the side for now, but I was kind of thinking this idea of like magnet could be interesting for going at it in a love way, like you're magnetic to someone. This will be heart. And so you can see I'm just kind of folding these away. This one was for pink. What I was thinking. Okay, pink. So I'm just going to put this one in here. And yeah, so you're gonna go through and just start doing things like this. I obviously pulled some that don't actually fit into a category fully. This one I pulled for lace. I think it was really nice. I thought like her face could be covered or something, and we have this lace dress, and yeah, obviously this is more like tulle, but I think this could work. But lace is kind of one of those ones again, like it could be a shoelace or it could be fabric lace. It's kind of a little bit broad, right? So I'm just thinking about that. Where is lace? The very back one. Or no, wait, that's last. Oh no. Okay. Okay, yeah, so basically you can see here, this is how I file through everything. I'm just seeing a comment, which printer do I use? So for these ones that were done, I know these are like old, so I've just been using them as like kind of just throwaways, but they are really good quality, right? These are the same printer that did all of my other prints. It's like a local printer who doesn't do them online, so they were in Canada, in a smaller town outside of Canada, so I can't even give the name for those because they don't do shipping or anything. So, but I highly recommend if you're looking for someone who prints, finding someone local if you can. It's just like such a great way to get some really, really great prints. And usually less prices, sometimes they're more, but you can always find someone there. So these ones would be daffodils. I hope these are daffodils. So you can see, I'm just kind of filing them away. And then there's some things, as you can see, kind of, I've got this other pile that I'm putting into. And these pieces are just ones that I thought were interesting and I would like to use, but I'm not sure where quite yet. So like this one, I love the subject matter. I think this is such a great image, but when it comes to where this is going to go, I'm not sure just quite yet. So I'm gonna put it to the side, but basically I'll think about it as like, maybe this could go in heart. Maybe it's about, you know, the rom-coms, or there's also soap is one. So this could be soap as in the bar soap or a soap opera. So we could make something kind of fun with that. But then there's ones that are more to the point, like a watermelon. This is kind of a funny photo of a watermelon that I found. So I'm gonna tuck that in here. And then yeah, this one just looked kind of gross and funny, so I wanted to keep it. I'm gonna go like that so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, this one's just like kind of gross and funny, so I just wanted to keep that just in case it came up for something. This one I wanted to do for the prompt. I think it was, let's see. Costume's a fun one, so number 18, probably be closer to the back. And I think this is kind of fun for you guys, for those of you who just follow me and see it after. Now you can kind of see like the process beforehand of how I kind of think these through and get to where I get to for Februllage. Yeah, the important part here, so yeah, tip whatever number this is going in and really looking at all the papers. So you saw those piles that I have just to the side of me. I'm gonna go through all of those. And that way when I'm doing Februllage and I have an idea, I'm gonna be able to go to those and be like, okay, I know I saw an image like this. Let's go find it again. And that way I basically like limit myself to a certain amount of papers, but it does really help me in finishing, like getting the piece done faster if you actually limit yourself versus giving yourself like infinite possibilities. I find it a lot easier. So I'm gonna put this one in Titanic. Kind of wanted to do like one with like the ship in the, like sinking into the martini or something would be funny. This one I pulled for ballet. This one I pulled for family. And this one I might just leave out because I feel like it could go with a bunch of them. This one is just so funny. I have no idea what it's gonna end up being for. but I love her attitude. So she's definitely getting a collage. I'm just not sure if she'll fit into Februllage or not. This one I pulled for mathematics. Unfortunately, someone cut this. It was part of like the class materials that I had. So I hope I get in. And so yeah, my tip for you when starting, if this feels overwhelming already to you, is go week by week. You could do this kind of exercise week by week. So obviously the ones that I really should be focusing on right now are the first ones. So that's boom, toast, ballet, broccoli, star, jellyfish, and rain should be like 100% top of my list. Unfortunately, those are the ones that I honestly haven't found much for. So I'm going to obviously be heading over here to find some more stuff for that. This one I did want to put in for pink because she's pink and the mattress is pink. I thought it would be perfect. Yeah, I've just been collecting some more ones that are Western themed. And yeah, this one I feel like could go anywhere. It could be the family one. I hope that they're looking at something interesting, so I'm just trying to figure it out. And then this one, I think I just wanted to figure out as well. So yeah, so this is my pile of potential of things that I might want to use. I usually try to go through this a little bit more and really condense it so that it's very little. These ones I'm actually going to use for another project, so I'll put those to the side. Let me check on the chat really quick. This person says, thank you. I file my possible images as you're doing, except I put my folders with the day's collage word in alphabetical order. This makes it easier for filing them. Totally agree with that if that's kind of your thing. Because, you know, X-ray, for example, would be last, and then we'd have these like B words probably at the top. That could work for you if you're interested. National Geographics are getting boring. What happens when they run out? I know. I think about this all the time, that the magazines I like are the vintage ones, and at some point, you know, I'm gonna have gone through every single National Geographic magazine, and then it's kind of over. I also have that same thought with cooking though, where it's like, wow, if you've tried every cuisine, like I feel so lucky being from Toronto. It's the most diverse city in the world. I have tried, you know, every type of cuisine, and I love all of it. And yeah, the idea that like you could you know, never find anything that you love more than the stuff that you've already tried. Kind of funny, but I totally agree. I think that there's other magazines that are around for sure. Like I think it's good to check. I'm sure there's like some different ones. I have some interesting books as well that you could, you know, try to find some books instead, or some encyclopedias that they did. There's kind of a lot out there. Most of my National Geographics are from the 1970s as well. I realized as I was redoing my bookshelf, I have so many from the 1970s. Yeah, agree with all your guys' comments. Thank you. Yeah, so these are basically how I do it. So then I'm going to start going to this magazine, for example. And as I said, I have the thing printed out. I like to just put it like literally right above my eye where it's out of the way for me. I don't want to like get it lost in the pile because you all know how that goes, right? But here you can see that sample. There's a little boat here. I'll probably take that. And then this one is going to go in Titanic. But I'm just going to go through different magazines. And again, we're going to be looking for Boom. For Boom, I have kind of an idea, but I haven't found any of the pieces for it. Oh, there's another boat. We're going to have a lot of boats by the end of this specific cruise line. Oh, there's also a boat. This one also has a explosion. I don't really like that, so we'll use it for the boat. But yeah, you can see that I'm just kind of going through. I'm looking at these images, try to critically think about everything. This one's kind of funny. I try to look at all the images. Let me make sure you're able to see. I really try to make sure, oh, this is giving it a shadow. Put my list to the, to the side for now for that sake. But yeah, I really try to look at the list and really focus on the first ones for sure, because we can obviously add to it as we go. But you can see that just try to find images that would be good. For Februllage, I don't do as much reading, so usually when I'm flipping through magazines, I'm actually like reading all the headlines at the same time. I find that really helpful for bringing text into my pieces, because I do like using text. But for right now, I'm just going to be focusing on the actual images. And I'm looking for images too that I like. I know that if you guys have kept up with my channel, I'm really trying to be a lot more exploratory in my art. So I have like a lot of ideas of what I want to do. Sure. Ooh. I'm gonna take this. I really like collecting little hats. I've basically not used them for anything, but I'm sure at some point I'll use them. Sorry, I just lost my train of thought as well. Oopsies. Grab this one. I literally can't remember what I was talking about. So funny. But yeah, I'm gonna keep looking for, is that better? Just wanna make sure you can see everything. Yeah, so I'm just gonna keep looking for the first ones. The idea for Boom that I had is kind of finding something with an explosion in the background, people in the foreground. I did make a piece like a long time ago that was like that. I haven't seen it. I think I just lost it in one of the books maybe or something. But it would work perfectly. This image is striking for sure. Right? And yeah, if you have any questions through that, I'm just trying to think, but I do scan in all of my artworks. And so when you're doing that, I highly recommend, if you've been looking at scanners, to get one for it. I think it's just so much better to see your work in that setting. If you like to share online, I find it to be a lot nicer. And you can scan things in and resize them that way. So if I took this, but I need it to be small, I could literally scan this and then shrink it down in Photoshop or another free program, even like Canva. I think I've heard a lot of people using my digital downloads, they actually bring everything into Procreate, which I've never done, but that sounds awesome. You know, you could just bring in a whole collection of things and resize them. And ooh, someone just said, it says daffodil on the first pages of the magazine. Is that this one? Oh my gosh, how did I not notice that? Thank you, my goodness. Those ones are nice too, they're kind of to the side. And yeah, I did a piece this year, it sold at my art show, that had daffodils in it too. So again, those are kind of what I'm looking for. I hate to rip off the cover though, I hate doing that because it's so much easier to see this, but I'll do it because I like these ones I think are really nice. Okay. Thank you. See, this is why you need better eyes, and I'm all over the place because I'm doing the live stream as well. Multitasking is not the best for this at times. But yeah, we can think about like what to do in all of these, you know. I'm just like envisioning what each piece could be. Like this would be a really good one just to have because it's so versatile, right? Like we could put people into this. We could put a big person in. This could be the background. This could be the foreground. Can bring in flowers. Ooh, this one's really pretty too. This one's very nice. So we're just trying to think of like where the images are going. And I always say like a good part of going and flipping through magazines like this is like when you're looking at the images, you can ask yourself questions about the image. Like, why is the mouth open in this one? There's obviously like this stick coming through, but could we put some, would the spider go on something else? I'm always just like flipping through and imagining, you know, like I think my strength in collage is just looking and thinking about like how this could be used in a funny way, like all the time. Like it's a full process of thinking. I see you have a question. Do you want to share what scanner and printer you have? I'm doing that now, a lot of research. Yes, I have the Visan, I think it's Vissan. It's an A3, so I think that's like over 11 by 14 inch. I love it. I know that I've heard from other people that they just couldn't buy it because the reviews were so bad, which is kind of crazy because I found it to be like the best thing I've ever gotten. I feel like the color is like perfection and the software to download was perfection. I did do a video on scanners, so definitely check that out on my channel after this if you're interested in seeing it. I kind of went through a bunch of different scanners, to be honest. This was like the third one I bought because the other ones were so bad. It was like horrendous. So I highly recommend, if you're interested, to definitely check that one out. I find at least the ones that are more popular, and this is nothing against them, but the popular ones are all like an 11 by 8.5. But these magazines are not that size, so it means that if you want a full thing, that you're gonna have to cut it up and put it all together again and scan multiple times. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm lazy when it comes to stuff like that. It's just like not appealing to me. Do you think the flatbeds are better than the camera ones? Absolutely. I really do think that they're way better. I'm not sure why that is, but I just think that it's better, especially like when you compare. A lot of people ask if I use cameras to capture my work or use a scanner, and I've always used a scanner. I think even in photographs, like photographs are often not the right colors. So even if you have a camera, I highly recommend getting a scanner. I just feel like it takes out the human error of it all. Oh yeah, and this back cover I did want to use for the costume one. I think it's hilarious. She's got like the mask and everything. And we took the front of the cover, so might as well take the back of the cover. Got one more question. Yeah, the question is, am I not using the scanner that I found on the side of the road? No, I am not. When I moved to the States, I decided to leave it at home. Just because it was big and old, and it was actually a printer scanner, but the printer was broken, and that's why it was put out on the side of the street. I honestly thank it so much for how many years I had it and how much it saved me in my time of need. But I just decided that when I moved here that I wanted something that took up less space because it was so big and very spacious. And so I bought one. That one was a Brother printer. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a great printer. I loved it. It was really great. But I wanted to upgrade, and the one I have now is an upgrade. These are nice, eh? It's cool to see like old fashioned. It's like one of my favorite things. Ooh, the crocodile would be nice for the teeth prompt. Totally agree. We'll definitely have to take it for that one. I was trying to think of what to do for it, and I kept thinking like I want it to be like inside a mouth or something, and it being like a living room with like teeth around the edges. Ooh, I have these ships. I feel like these are not as Titanic looking as the other ones. But yeah, this is so fun. I like doing this with guys. It's nice to have some collaboration. Yeah. Oh my gosh, you guys are catching everything. See, I'm not even looking at the things. Thank you. We'll have to go back. Someone says, Rebecca, thank you. Just passed an ad with that says, with the teeth that shine. Let's see. See, I was telling you I wasn't really looking at the words, but sometimes maybe I should be. A lot of the time I just feel like, oh, this one. The idea of putting, oh, I thought it said Clorox for a second. I was like, I would not be buying Clorox as a powder for my teeth. This one's a good one. I'll just take this whole image. And then whenever I'm cutting a piece, I always just make sure on the back that there's not like something precious. Still teaching some of my in-person students that. Nice. Cushion. I would use this, but I don't like how, like, it's not really in focus very well. This is kind of funny. Trying to think if there's something for this one. Boom would be kind of funny. Could have this with like an explosion outside or something. It's a nice photo of Albert Einstein. Okay, yeah, I'll take this. Oh my gosh. Let's see. What made you want to move to the States? I'm going to be honest. I did not really want to move to the States, but my husband's job moved here, and so it was quite a hard decision for sure, given we had to leave all our family behind, and now we're kind of here solo, but yeah, I'm loving it. We're in Dallas, and I thought it was going to be a lot worse than it is. Everyone's so nice and kind, so it's made it so seamless and so easy. I think sometimes, especially in this economy, like Canada's jobs are really bad. The unemployment rate is very high. And so when we found out that, his job was going to move here, and honestly, me at the time, I was not loving my job. I felt like extremely burnt out, and like there was not much for me left there. So I like this photo. That's why I'm cutting this out. But yeah, that's why we decided that it was a good idea to take it. Ooh, this is kind of funny. Okay, what if I cut this out for last? Like, this is the last one. And we could just do like a big one. I don't know if that's too weird, but I'll take it for now. We're kind of in the early stages. Yes, unfortunately it was for money, but it's also opportunity, like Canada's a pretty small country, and I hate the cold, so it was really nice coming here and not having the cold anymore, and being able to pursue my art full time, because it was too expensive where we were. I would have essentially never been able to do it, especially like the last year. I feel like I was like I didn't even realize how burnt out I was and stuff from the last 10 years of my career. So I really needed that year to just like, honestly, like just be like a little bit like slower moving and slower paced, and it did pay off. I feel like so good now. Okay, let's go back and actually cut out that crocodile. I want to make sure I don't miss it. I think it was past this, right? Let's see. Okay. I'd also love to know from you guys, are you guys participating in Februllage that are tuning in? I'm hoping so, but you know, I talked to a lot of people that said that, where is the crocodile? My goodness. A lot of people said that they did it last year, felt really burnt out during it, decided never to do it again because it was too much. But I'd like to know how you guys take on the challenge. Do you, ooh, this one could be good for X-ray. If I cut her. But yeah, I would love to know if you guys are planning on doing it, if you're doing your preparation, or if you're just gonna start the day of. I highly recommend doing some preparation, or it's quite hard to complete. Ooh, see, like these are kind of interesting. These could be X-ray with her. I know it's not exactly an X-ray, but it's kind of a fun interpretation. I'll take these. Sorry, I'm just going through this quick. We gotta find the, I should have just taken the crocodile. I was thinking it was a good image and I was like, oh, I'll just come back and grab it. But ooh, come on, that looks like the, this literally looks like the Titanic, no? Oh, it's the Independence, the first big U.S. ship in 12 years, lacks nothing but 300 ashtrays. Did I look at this book already? If I missed this, that's a failure on my part. The problem with photos like this is I'm kind of sometimes unsure of what to do with them besides like putting something like layers into it, because it's already such like a, like there's so much going on in the photo, and it's darker, right? So yeah, it's hard to play into, but I will gladly take it. And look, this one's even sinking. Oh my god, okay. The Independence. Quick. Will I? Did I look through this? I don't know. Oh, there he is. Psh. I was like, I thought it was right in here. I'm just gonna check the comments. On the topic of burnout, being burned out really feels like a death sentence. Texas has a lot to explore and offer. I'm sure you're glad you made the move. Yeah, definitely. I think, although it sounds like an incredible, crazy change to go from Canada to Texas, I'm actually finding it to be a lot less crazy than I thought. And I think specifically maybe because I'm in Dallas and not like the middle of nowhere, it still feels like a city, and I am a city girl, so yeah, it still feels like manageable. Okay, cool. And then we have some comments about you guys. Kathleen, you'll be participating. Mirma Marshmallow will be participating, doing some Februllage evenings with the Collage Collective of Amsterdam. Nice, that's so fun. I think it'd be really cool to, as you're saying, like go in and do it with people. I'm definitely planning on seeing if my little collage group I have here wants to do a day or two where we do a prompt together, come together, bring some of our stuff, and just like hang out and do it. I think that's like so much more fun. I really think that it is meant to be social. It's fun. Strawberry says, I want to participate, but I don't think I'm experienced enough with collage to get ideas for each day. I guess I just need to stay simple. Yeah, you can stay super simple with it, right? Like the idea of broccoli, it could literally just be broccoli with some words around it or cut or something like that. You know, it doesn't need to be this crazy elaborate piece. I know some artists that have just decided that they're going to completely kind of just do like one image, you know, like star could be one of these people that are more famous in their image, or taking it really simply, right? Like it doesn't need to be a big one. Or on that note, I remember the first time I did it, I think I agreed to do every other day. So like picking the prompts that I liked the most of the next 2 or 3 days. So maybe every 3 days you can pick one that you like and work towards it for like 2 or 3 days before that day happens. Could do a Marilyn collage for Star. I do love this photo. Out of all the photos of her, I think this is one of my favorite ones. So maybe I'll just pull it. And yeah, I don't think, like, I think from what I've heard from other people is they actually try to do all 28 days, and I don't think that that's necessarily like what you need to do, you know? You can always do whatever amount you want to do. So just think about it like that. Like if you miss a day, like don't think of it as like, oh, I didn't do the whole thing. Just think of it as like, oh yeah, I tried it. That's pretty cool. I have a note saying I'm already harvesting as well. The prompts are really making me think. Yeah, totally agree. I feel like these ones at first when I read them, it was like, okay, I can do these, and then after a second I was like, oh, I really think that a lot of these have double meanings, which is really interesting, right? Such a funny one. I really like when the ads are like better than what I could do with them. Like this to me feels like a collage already in a way. But this could be used for X-ray. Like we could fill this in with something. But the fish kind of make sense. I'll pull it for X-ray. I need something. I have nothing right now. So, oh wait, we do have the other idea. And I think you'll be surprised too. A lot of people think that it's a lot, and it is, but I think if you don't take it that seriously, it's really something that can be done. No problem. You know? I would love to know what people think about the words as well. I know they're great prompts, but you know, which direction are you going for boom, for example, or some of these first ones like toast? Are you looking for a toaster? Are we looking for bread? Are we looking for the champagne glasses that I talked about? I feel like there's so many ways that we can go. It's a really nice though. So. Yeah, I would love to hear what your interpretations of them are in comparison to me. Here's a pile of stuff that I was pulling for just for funsies, so we'll definitely put these in. Oh, I realized what I'm doing. Oops. I have my loose pile and my fun one. Okay, these ones are all 4 prompts versus these are going to be my fun pile. So yeah, can this one could be, I mean, it would be kind of a stretch, but ballet, for example. Oblivious is also one that I'm really excited for. I feel like the prompt that really meant the most to me last year, and I still think about, is is Lost. So how could we do Lost? I guess would be good. I'm gonna. Okay, I think these ones are for something else. I really like this image. I think it's gonna be good for one of the back ones, or we can work something into it. And then this one was horrific. I was like, wow, I want to be able to use this. Maybe this one's oblivious, you know? Like the idea that you're both on a waiting scale with your literally like a 5-year-old is crazy. Got some shoes. Okay. If there's no other questions, I think I'm going to turn this thing back around. Ta-da! Well, yeah, thank you guys for, oh my gosh. It's funny going, oh my gosh, gotta get the thing fixed. I gotta work on my seamlessness through switching angles. It's not really working. Let me just go like this. Okay, well, I'm so happy that you guys all joined me. Thank you. We have so many people on the call, and I know that this was like literally like a 20-minute notification, so I really appreciate you guys coming. I'm really excited for Februllage. I hope you guys are too. I'll remind you once more, if you weren't on the call at the beginning, that I do have my courses now open, so if you'd like to join me and learn the art of collage, even if you're a seasoned collage artist, most of the people in the class are actually very seasoned collage artists, I would say, very talented people. But it's just so nice to have a community. We're always talking and giving feedback and all of those types of things. So I'd love if you joined. If you're looking for some new materials, I have some collage kits that are ready to go. That if you're in the US, they for sure will get to you on time. So those will be for next week. Yeah, 100% can get to you in time. And yeah, I really hope that you guys have a great adventure on Februllage. I'm going to obviously be doing it, and I can't wait to share what I make with you. So good talking to you guys. I'll see you later. Bye. Remember to like this video as well. Bye.